Here we are. So the room is really packed. I didn't really expect this, but it's great to see. Before we start, let's have a few hands up. Who considers himself as a core developer, building applications, doing stuff like that? Okay, so that's about half of the room. The other half, maybe, considers themselves as more infra, admin, platform team kind of member. Can I see some hands? Oh, that's not a lot. That's good. This is a developer conference, right? Well, let's do a check. Who has a development, test, acceptance, pre-prod, staging, production environment running in Azure, right? All as separate things, and running it all the time? That's not surprising, right? We see this all over the place. So you're running this 24/7, right? Are you building 24/7? Are you testing 24/7? Are you doing your acceptance test yourself 24/7? So what we try to do is have self-service around deployments, to standardize on templates and all kind of stuff that you don't want to make up, but just use it from a catalog, and then have security with confidence. Right? So the platform team can just say, okay, when you use this, we're confident that we can do this in a secure way. If you need an environment, you don't need to go out and send mails or call someone or whatever. If you can have self-service on demand, based on those templates, then you have an environment where you can just test your code, experiment with stuff, find bugs early and fix them also. And on the other hand, you can really integrate this into your workflow. And this is super efficient, especially on cost management, because you can not only provision an environment, but you can also delete environments when you don't need them. Have you ever pictured HTML in front of you and then combined with a style sheet and know what it looks like? When you can do that, please come to me, because I want to know how you do that, right? It's really hard. So the idea here is exactly the same as a feature branch. We'll stand up a deployment environment specifically connected to this PR. So that's really cool. So I can visually actually inspect what did this guy do, does it work, if it's an API, I can call it through a Swagger UI, I can see the output, I can actually check if things are working, right, before I say we're good to go. And then the zero trust with built-in governance. So there is another side, right? So I asked in the beginning of the presentation, are there any, let's call them DevOps engineers or infrastructure people or admin IT guys, platform team engineers, because they look at deployment environments with a set of different glasses. Right? So what they do is they think about, okay, what kind of environments do I need? What kind of projects or project teams am I supporting? And yeah, in a piece of collaboration, you can just define, hey, this is what I think I need for my application. And yeah, so an infrastructure guy can really think about how to set this up in a secure and a good way. So yeah, centralize kind of the control and the management of this thing. You can see a screenshot here, right? So you give a, you can assign a subscription to this environment. So say the test will run in a test subscription, development run in a different subscription, because from a landing zone perspective, that could make perfect sense, right? You want to split out those subscriptions. But you can also see here the environment creator role that he will actually get on the Azure side of the house. But yeah, you can have groups and people and service principals and all that good stuff. You can give additional access on the same environment. So you can still collaborate with your team on the same environment. So you build your templates and then you build a catalog that you then connect to your dev environment, right? And this will lead to maximize security, compliance, and also cost efficiency. So one of the cool things is that you can also introduce tags on an environment or a project, and those tags will actually be replicated to the deployed environment itself. So you can have full view on cost management and do slice and dice on data based on those tags. So you can just say, oh, this is this project team, or it's this department, or whatever that you need from your tagging. It will just, everything that it deploys, it will inherit those tags that you predefine. In the big picture, right, we have platform engineering taking care of the infrastructure, the security, the compliance, and we have the developer experience that is able to give you self-service or integrate this into pipelines. And you can make kind of any combination. So if you don't have a platform team, but you have a guy that's really good in your development team, a guy that's really good in building templates, you can leverage that, right?